Hello everyone, how's it going? It is Lawrence from Express Unity, and today we're going to be implementing a bit more functionality into our game. So, I told you guys last video that I kind of want this to be a death run. So what I want to do when a player joins, when the very first player joins a room, I want there to be a message saying something like waiting for players. Because I don't want the players to be able to move until they need to. So if there's only one player, he shouldn't be able to move. When there's the second player added, however, I want the game to start a countdown. After, say, 3 seconds, then both players will be able to move and navigate the course. So there is something that I want to change. In the room options, we have max players 4. That's not what I want. I want to do max players 2, because that is all the room size for the game. And now we're going to do a little check to see if we have 2 or more players. So, before we do that, let's go to the canvas. Create, excuse me. So we want to create a new text. And we'll move that up a little. And make the box a little bit bigger. Center the text, maybe make it bold, and maybe give it a size of 35. Yeah, 35 might be good. And we'll just say waiting for players, like that. We could also make it white and then add our shadows like what we did on our health bar. So the first one we'll do -1 and then 2, and then for the X we'll do 0. And then for the X we'll do -2 and then 2. And it should give us this outline. And we'll also make the alpha, we'll make it not have any alpha at all. Like so. Okay. Maybe I think I'll just check the best fit and do that. Okay, so there is something that we do need to change with our UI in general, actually. So all the UI elements we've created, just highlight them all, and then the center here, just check the this one here, the top one. Basically what that'll do is scale everything correctly. If it's centered like this, what'll happen is, depending on the screen size, this login panel will end up stretching out like this, and then, well, that'll happen. So, no, it actually didn't change anything inside this as well. So everything inside the panel as well, we want to make it turn to the top. So now if we scale it, yeah, that's pretty fine. So for that button, there we go. So now if we scale it, it won't deform or do anything fancy, so that's good. This text, we'll just call it waiting for players. And we'll disable it by default in multiplayer manager. Disable on room join. Okay, so we want to make an enable on room join. Enable on room join. Go to unjoined room, copy and paste this. We'll call it enable, and rename this to enable, and this enable, as well as setting active to true. Enable on join. What have I done? Yeah, there's an extra E. Okay, so now let's add our waiting for players text into that new array that we created. Enable one room join, one join room rather. There we go, and that should now enable. Alrighty, so inside our multiplayer manager, in the update function, let's go ahead. Actually, let's make a new integer. Let's go public int players equals 0. And then on update, let's do curve players equals photon network dot player list. That is, yeah, that was right. So this is a photon player. So all we want to do is dot length, because we don't want actually I think it's dot length +1, because we don't actually need the player list. We just want to get how many players are currently there. Alrighty, so let's create another game object array, and let's just call it disable on player count max. There's we're gonna get quite a bit of arrays, but honestly, this is probably the easiest way you can do it when it comes to disabling and enabling objects if you want it to be somewhat modular. Anyway, so over here we can say if players is equal to 2, then we can say for each game object disable on player count max, and let's go ahead and do disable.set active to false. Alrighty, so before we build, let's just, oh actually we didn't fill the array. So let's go here, that's this to 1. Waiting for players, and we're getting this error. Everything. Just for now, I think I'm going to debug.log co-players just so I can see what's happening. But that should work. Okay. Apparently it starts off with 2 for some reason. Huh. No one is even connected. Let's try changing the game version. Just in case. Nope, it was 2. That's interesting. Alright, let's see if it changes if we actually do join a room though. So rand, and we'll do 3. Join or create. No, it's still 2. It's very interesting. Let's see. Can place imams. That's the only one. Well, we'll figure out what's doing that later on. We could kind of just do it a hacky way, and here on joined room, we're also going to want to sync this value now. So yeah, I think we're going to need to. So let's go ahead on the player script, copy our onPhoton serialize view, and pop that in here, and remove everything in the is writing and is reading. And then we want to do stream dot send next players, and then stream dot receive next, and this will be players equals to stream dot receive next. Alrighty, so on join room, we simply want to do players plus plus, which will increment to then. Okay, that should hopefully work. Oh, one quick thing. Now that we are using that, oh, actually, could it be possibly? Yeah, we're gonna need a photon view now, and we want to drag our MP manager into that photon view. We'll just quickly test to see if this works, and I think it wasn't working before because we actually needed a photon view on our script. Okay, so it's currently 0. Let's do rand 123, log in. Still 0, trying to create. Should be set to 1. Okay. So we can still keep this, just to synchronize. Just a sure way to make sure nothing goes wrong. But here, no, not that. Here, let's add that. And see if it works correctly now that we have a photon view on this object. This dot length plus 1. Try joining a room, see if the value changes. If not, then we'll just go back to what we were doing before. Yeah, no change. It's really odd. Alright. Guess we're not doing it that way. Excuse me. Okay, so now that we know that that works, let's save. Wait for this to compile, and then we'll build it and see if the message is removed when there's 2 players in the game. So build and run. So we will open. Come on, play. We're going to open 3 windows to see what happens if we join once the game has started. So on this we'll do test 3, log in. This one will do rand 1d3, log in. join or create, there we go. They ended up going on the same path, which is good. We actually still have that waiting for players. That's not what we want. But let's just create a new test account. Register not login. We can do test 1 and login. Alright, so if we join and create, yeah. So this room is now full, the one that these two players are in, and so we put into a new room. Okay, so I'm going to leave that. I'm going to put this on my second screen for a sec, and I'm just going to join using Unity and see if there's any errors that pop up when we join. So value is 0. Join create. Value is 1. Huh. I shouldn't be doing that. So if we change it to 2. Oh, you know what? We are probably going to need to RPC this. So underneath on join room, let's go ahead and do void on player. Actually, we can just say add account. That in there, and we'll just make a new pun RPC. Then we want to do photon view.rpc. Nope, that's not it. .rpc. We want to call add player count. We want to do photon targets.all, and this should hopefully now work. Because I believe what was happening is it wasn't syncing the value of it being added. Yeah, so it was only working basically client side, adding itself, not everyone else. So that should work. We just test it locally. Yes, test 23, log in, join, and okay. That's all good. Let's save and build and run. Okay. Join or create. Let's move over here. Still says waiting for player. Join or create. There we go. Okay. So now what we want to do. So this. So let's create a new public bool, and we will call it game start, and we'll set it for false. And hopefully the video is not going too long. So on the canvas, we are going to just copy and paste the waiting for players, and we'll call this timer. Let's enable that. And we can do something like starts in and 3. Okay. So we will disable that. And in our player over here, let's go ahead and make a public MP manager called MP. However, it is probably just going to be easier if we assign that when we create a player. So let's do player.add component, and let's go ahead and actually, you know what? No, it's not, because then we probably need to RBC that because other players are going to want to know what this is. So simply let's go ahead and go into our resources, player, and assign our multiplayer manager. Yeah, okay, no. My first idea might be the best way to go for now. So add component. No, not add component, sorry. .mp. No, I'm doing this all wrong. No, we want get component player and .mp, and then we want to equal that to this. Basically what this means is it's referencing this script. Okay, so now what we want to do is in update, maybe on is mine, let's say if mp dot what do we call it, game start. If it's not true, then let's just return, because we don't want to be doing any of this. I don't think we need to do it for any of this because we're not moving. This is all our logic basically, so yeah, that should be fine. And then let's create a timer in our MP manager. Let's create a private float, we'll call it timer. We're also going to want to create a public text. So public text, timer text. Alright, and then once current players is equal to 2, we want to do timer take away equals delta time. Let's also set the timer to 3 by default, and we can say something like if timer is less than 3, and then we can say game start equals true, and then timer text the game object dot set active to false, and we also want to do timer text dot text equals we'll do this. So starts in, and then we'll say plus timer. Alrighty. So I believe that should be it. We just need to assign our timer over here. So put that in timer text. One quick thing we need to do is enable it actually. So we want to do timer text dot game object dot set active to true. And what we also want to do is here, if game start, we can just say if game start is equal to false, and we can do that. So basically this code will only run if game start is false, because we don't want to loop through this after the game start. It's just going to be a wasted amount of resources always finding these objects, starting the timer and stuff like that. So that should be all we need. So let's go ahead and save. We'll just quickly hit the play button just in case we get any errors thrown at us, which we don't. Great. Build and run. play, and we'll play it on this as well. Left side can be our rand account, right side can be test. Alright, so if we join or create on this one, we can't move. Our camera is also assigned to that script, so I'm holding W down, we can't see our player moving. Join or create, okay. Apparently we can move now, so that's not exactly what we want, but it works. So, well, half works, so it doesn't move us when we're waiting for the player. We just need to see. Oh, timer is less than 0. That's what we want. We can also, what we probably also want to do is, now that I think about it, is math F around, because we don't want the timer to show like 2.555, or you know, that'll just get annoying. We only want it to show whole numbers, so we want to round it, and that should work now. So build and run once again. We did it again where it doesn't build and run. So take 2 on build and run. Play. Left side can be test. Right side can be rand. Alright, so join or create. I can't move, camera is locked still, says waiting for players. Join or create, still locked. Countdown is now going when it's set to 0. There we are, the game starts. And then the first one to the end wins. Alrighty, so this is episode 7, I believe we're up to. Well, we're actually getting pretty decent way into this series. So I think next video we are probably going to implement a endpoint where the first player that hits it will win, and a message will pop up on both screens saying that player rand or player test has won the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode 7. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you liked it, give it a like, and I'll see you guys in the next